Hey everybody, let's hug some gator. Dude! This one. Dot, dot, dot. Once everyone else has left, he closes the classroom door and locks it. Oh yeah, right, so last time we kind of skipped class day. Comfort 11. Big gator. Ugh, brain, help. Care to explain? Explains her. He opens the door in the back and signals Olivia to come out. The mud, the drenched clothes, the declaration of sanctuary. I was having a bad day. She's looking a bit better, still drained, but she's not shivering. Her rat sits in her lap. Yadakin extends a finger down to scratch under its chin. I can see that. Takes a seat again, sits at a nearby desk and waves a hand for Olivia to go on. When she doesn't, he shifts his hand to me. I look between the two of them, as the Yadakin's expectant leer. Olivia's pleading eyes. Ultimately, I shake my head in the negative. I just helped Olivia get out of the rain. Of course. Slouches further atop the desk. Can I tell you some other time? Sure. Whatever it was, looks like you've recovered pretty well. Olivia doesn't answer verbally, instead giving him a bashful smile and a nod. Was it about your work again? Yeah. This girl. Turns to me and points a thumb at her. You know, the work she's so concerned about absolutely wrecks the grading curve in my class. For the sake of other students, I had to put a limit on extra credit assignments. Really? Yeah, never before would even considered such a restraint. Why punish someone for working too hard? I would think to myself. And 4 years ago, this little green goblin comes rolling into my class. Half a semester, and more than a few angry calls from parents later, my hands were tied. Young lady simply does too dang much. Olivia smiles but doesn't look up from her pet. Hold on, can I hide that? She got it on her... Can you actually see the rat on the... Oh, that's not one of these buttons. Sometimes there's like a hide tech box. That doesn't look like it anyway, but okay. Was that much better than the other students? Well, no, I don't grade by technique. If I did, you'd be in big trouble. Olivia's work was very good even then, but the main thing I admire is how motivated she can be. I haven't seen someone so enthused to just paint in years. Certainly haven't seen anyone so enthused I had to change the rules like that. You were worried it'd stop me. Was I? Definitely sounds like me. But it didn't stop you, not even a little. Heck, that year you even got me to see some things differently. Don't think I've ever did anything like that. You did when you came in class the Friday before Mother's Day. Take a look at this. I'm handed the quill pen, and the first thing I note about is how soft the feather portion is. It's a special pen you always use. It's actually from my wife. Wow. As I get closer, I can see the more intricate details. The faded engravings on the shank to the maintained but worn point. It's well made and kept, yet the feather and brass show its age. She came in that afternoon with a whole stack of crumpled painting drafts, so frustrated she couldn't get it right and so determined to make it perfect. I say any of these would be great, your aunt would love any of these, and she fires back. If it's not good enough for me, why it was good enough for someone I love? I didn't have an answer. So I tell her to take a step back, take a few hours and go over the fundamentals once more. I send her home, try getting it right over the weekend, and come Monday, she returns and hugs me first thing. That Friday night though, what she said was on my mind. I talked about it all night with my wife, then that morning I decided to make a change for myself. My wife was molting at the time, so there was always a new... Oh, right, it meant literally from his wife. Literally, I thought it meant like it was a gift. Like they'd bought a pen and gifted it. No, I mean, it's literally his wife's feather. Right. Dinosaurs. Right. Okay. So there's always a new feather or three in the blankets each morning. Took the biggest one, preserved it right. Got a bit of help to make it into a real pen. I've used it ever since. Helps me remember to do my job right. For the people I care about. And for the people my students care about. I think that I think what it was is that childlike reason that comes so naturally for the youth. That reasoning makes a type of innocent, earnest dedication, something I think I'd lost for a while. Don't give me so much credit. You haven't lost it, have you? Good. Don't lose it for me, okay? Okay. Yadakin yawns and stretches. Feeling alright to go to your next class? Yeah, I'm ready. Great. Claps a hand over my back. We should do this again sometime. Mr. Yadakin ushers us out of the classroom as the late bell trills, handing us a note that he'd rapidly scrawled on. Miss Brockton didn't seem enthused to see me come late, but she sighed as she read that late note from Yadakin. As I took my usual spot, I feel something odd in the corner of my eye. Looking up, it was to see Olivia looking my way, with that smile on her face. When I spoke so many words, yet I couldn't figure out what. All I could do was, in turn, was try to match it, before we focused on Mrs. Brockton's latest lecture. As more time passes, the art contest fades in the background. Last week I had a scare when the principal scaler called me to her office, feared they'd figured out what Olivia did, and assumed I was part of it, just as she predicted. Luckily, that wasn't the case. Instead, she went to inform me they'd no leads as to who could have done the swap, and since it was tampered, it'd be removed from the contest. No skin off my back, honestly. As compensation, she gave me one of the runner-up prizes, a coupon for some pizza at some Italian restaurant called Dino Mo's. Not the biggest pizza fan. How dare you! But not a bad price to get after all this. Saving it for a rainy day. However, I found myself in a conundrum of my own doing. My peers' concerns about my entry were resolved. Why am I rolling my R's so much? But I hadn't accounted for the new questions about my portfolio. My paint portfolio. A few times I showed off my photography work. They'd been mildly impressed at best. They were never upfront about it either. No, instead I got the runaround. Oh, these are nice, Inco. Not bad. What about what you did for the contest? Can't even be mad about it, so it's just another misunderstanding. Unintended lie from my side of things. Then I had a thought. What if it wasn't a lie? What if I was actually good at painting? And after working at it for the past month... Yeah, no, I can't unscrew this. Right, so he's messed up the paint. Okay. For the past 3 weeks I've been staying after school making use of one of the club rooms for practice. Inco, did you listen to any of the tips I gave you? Using everything I had at my disposal, namely the textbooks from Mr. Yadakin and how-to tutorials online, I'd stay as late as possible, trying to get to the same level of skill as Olivia. As I stare at the horrid acrylic monstrosity before me, I can nothing but weep at my own inadequacies. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm trying. Oh boy, and can I ever be trying. Not actual weep, but squinting at the Lovecraftian horror before me, I can maybe see a little progress drowning in the madness of excess paint. Olivia had made good enough promise to teach me around the time I asked Mr. Yadakin to borrow the keys to the spare room. And while I memorised all of her teachings down to the letter, what am I even looking at? Are you trying an abstract sort of thing here? It was an attempt at a self-portrait, actually. Could probably post it online so much a rich asshole would buy it. It's that good? No, never trust the opinions of people on the internet. I learned that the hard way. After a brief period of awkward silence, I let myself collapse on the stool behind me and toss off the oily apron in frustration. At this rate, I'm going to be a double fraud or something. Esplitos. Don't even have the energy to get angry. It probably looks better now, at least. How did Olivia get so good at this? Olivia, please. You got to have some actual advice for me. Quietly hums to herself, slipping away a notebook she had splayed across her lap into her nearby bag. Well, when I want to draw, it's usually because I've got something on my mind. Like, inspiration? Kinda? Or so I just envision something, and I want to put it on canvas. Amusing, I don't care about, hello! I am Damien, welcome! The door of the studio flies open, and Damien quickly storms inside. Inco, Olivia, you guys here? Takes a heavy breath as vision darts around him. For a moment's surprise, raise my arm to catch his attention. Hello? What's wrong? A hyperactive dinosaur spots me, taking a final breath before jogging over. Guys, need to ask you something. Everything alright? Is something happening? I can't help but panic. Never seen Damien this flustered. Do you want to come to the arcade with me and Liz? Is that it? Yeah, that's what I said. Wait, when was this decided? Thought something bad had happened. Nope, just asking. Liz already has the car prepped and everything. Oh. Probably should have expected that, but still. How did you know we were here? I didn't. Just kept opening doors. Until I found you. Been at it for a while, actually. Damon's eyes dart to the canvas that lies on the floor next to me. Working on your next masterpiece? Painting sideways, probably your trade secret, huh? Olivia just snicker with her hand. Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. Yeah, that's right. Don't tell anybody. Lean down, pick up the canvas, and place it upright. Then to remove the ugly painting and place it in the corner of the room to dry. How about it? To the arcade? The olive baryonyx fidgets. Her brow lowered in contemplation as she considers the question. The arcade, doesn't like it any other plans today. Sure, why not? Let's go. Wait, don't just... And they're gone. Yeah, there you are. Damien was taking so long to get, I was about to come find you myself. This time both Damien and I were wheezing for air. Despite Olivia's protests and hesitation, Damien had wasted no time in grabbing her by the handlebars and sprinting for the exit. He had to chase after them. All the while, Olivia screamed like a banshee as she was pushed through the hallway at breakneck pace. Yeah, just take a deep breath and stand upright. Olivia's claws have dug into her armrest. She's definitely trying to kill Damien with her glare, which he happily ignores. Why didn't you just message me or something? I wanted to, but didn't want to ruin your concentration. Buddy, you stormed into a classroom. That's just as bad. So instead you kicked it. Yeah, exactly. Instead you kicked the door open. Yep. Liz had the good grace to look embarrassed on Damien's behalf. Yeah. Give you a little bit of extra time, right? Been staying late for forever now. Can't hide the wince. And it occurred to me that more people would notice. Relax, not like you're the only one. Sometimes I need to stay behind for student council and club meetings. So, cars in the student section. Dino Duo start walking towards the student parking lot, heading towards a rather old but well-kept sedan. Olivia grumbles silently to herself, but follows after nonetheless. Come on, dude. Take a few minutes to get Olivia in, and then 30 to get to the arcade. Won't take that long, damn it. Olivia huffs and wheels herself to the passenger side. Open the door for herself. Do you need any... It's fine. To punctuate her statement, Olivia uses her strong arms to lift herself from the armrests. With more grace than I thought possible for an olive-scaled girl, from the olive-scaled girl, she managed to flop down on the passenger seat. I stare at the abandoned chair, wondering where to put it. I've got room in the trunk, Inco. Clunk. The trunk lid pops up with a heavy thunk to punctuate that. It takes me more time than I like to admit to figure out how to undo the locks and actually collapse the chair. Once it's done, I'm able to slide it into the spacious storage area easily. Damien had already hopped through the window of the front passenger seat by the time I'm done. And I had practiced the maneuver as if he had practiced the maneuver. I simply opened the door behind Liz's seat and watched a pile of soda cans empty onto the pavement below. Sorry, those are from this morning. Just toss me at the back seat when I'm done. Surprised Liz doesn't make you use a bag. I do. Pulls out an overflowing plastic bag as if it were a trophy. Why haven't I tossed those bottles out already? Saving them for a project about recycling. Plus, I'm also going to use a couple of them for a sculpture. Saves me the trouble of going out and finding aluminium. And I get to drink as much soda as I want. I don't really say anything as Damien scoops up the rest of the cans from the floor of the car and puts them in a new bag, which he stuffs in the car's trunk before giving me and Olivia the thumbs up. Alright dudes, good to go. Right, okay, I was about to say, shouldn't you be driving? But yeah, American cars. Okay, fine. I nod and slink into the semi-clean seat. My hand searches for the buckle of the seatbelt and brushes against something warm and soft. There's a tiny gasp next to me, and the comfortable mystery of my hand is yanked away. Huh? Look at Olivia, her hand held to her chest, green-faced scarlet tinge, and her mirror-shade eyes glare holes through my head. You okay? The emerald-scaled girl turns her maw away from me. I stifle a mystery chuckle at that. The warmth of my palm fades, however, and leaves my hand feeling lost. Okay, safety check's done. I don't think I like that. Oh, I'm not. Don't think I'm a fan. I guess what else would you do? Put a fucking heat at the top? That'd just be dangerous. Oh well, okay. Liz gets in the driver's seat and grips the steering wheel. Outside, she is craning her neck to check the mirrors and tyres. Liz drives with her head sticking out the window. Liz pokes her head in. What's that? Her neck snakes inside and coils around a hook in the middle of the car. Oh. With a practice motion, her neck continually coils till her head sits atop the neck roll, as if no different from someone putting on shoes. God, would that not like absolutely kill her though if there was an accident? Kinda looks like a giant scale-covered scarf. Even though there's even still enough space for her to see the windows and check behind her. Inco? That wasn't that important. Alright. But the city, right? I've been waiting to see a bit more close up for Ian Atkins' class. Do you know how much gas money to burn through to take a detour around here? Good, because neither do I. What? It skips a line of dialogue there. Good, because neither do I. Let's do it. Hey, what? No! Barely have enough as is. The view on the way is fine. Looking forward to it as well. You sure? Yeah, I pointed some stuff I remember along the way. You're my tour guide now. Don't make me change my mind. Glad that's settled. Everyone buckled in, right? Liz pulls away from the school parking lot, staring down the opposite direction I've always entered and exited. Weird to think, but the edge of my world was so close as a right. The edge of my world was as close as a right turn out of my own school. Then again, still haven't been living here that long. Anybody want a station? Don't think I've ever listened to the radio either. Liz and Olivia hardly seem to glance in Damien's direction as well. Suit yourselves! The span of a few seconds, natural ambience of the road is replaced with the loud sound of decades-old rock music, sending vibration throughout the car and everybody in it. I'm okay with this. Aw, just as fast as it comes, however. Just as fast as it comes, however. I wonder if it would like turn the volume up if we went back, or if it would start again. Starts again. Liz stops as Liz haphazardly yanks the volume knob counterclockwise, toning the music down to a bearable level. Damien frowns for a moment, but he doesn't seem to contest her decision. Bzz. What the? Turned off all notifications for stuff except messages and calls. You know, all the people I message. I'm trying, okay? I turned off all the notification stuff except for messages and calls, and between all the people I message, there's only one who isn't inside the car. Checking the screen, I see... Any song request, man? Seriously? I know, Damien. So long as it isn't twangy country music. Sure. You been texting? How long? Sounds like first week of school. What the heck, dude? Let me see your phone. I hand it over on the contact creation page. She taps first with numbers and pauses. Then sheepishly yanks her phone from her coat pocket. She doesn't know her own number. But she having the same number for about 10 years and I don't know. Olivia finishes tapping her number in and hands it back. She enters herself as live long. Huh. Sounds vaguely Oriental? Buzzed. Test. Got it. Buzzed. Yes. Yes, please, thank you. That was uncalled for. That's why I sent it. She giggles at her own joke, despite being the butt of it. Sorry. Straight face. She giggles at her own joke, and despite being the butt of it, the mood in the car is too high to hold it against her. Before long, the dense forestry starts giving way to more urban developments. More and more decorative palm trees start dotting the paths as well. The silhouette of the city gets closer as we approach one of the spaghetti junctions leading up to it. The result of decades of poor infrastructure decisions, multi-million-dollar projects, promising to fix all the traffic if they just built one more overpass. Olivia is paying close attention to her phone, scrolls lazily through some forum. What's so funny? Nothing. Hey, Lizard Lounge? You still browsing that, Olivia? Yeah? What is it? Don't tell him! Weird exclusionary chat room. They only allow dinosaur women. Men and, rather specifically, human men are banned. Gasp. Racial segregation! Olivia showed me once. The people in it are really weird. Humans are banned. You weren't supposed to tell him. The last safe house for us on the internet. I think there's probably better places for that online for you to associate with. Tell me about the racial segregation. It's not that. It's just how it has to be for our safety. Some dino girl can be doing anything at all, and there's always at least 3 guys in the comments saying, she looks like... Don't say it. They also really bring down the quality of the site. Look, it's explained in the rules that humans have 1/5 the attention span of dinos. Hold on, who said that? Olivia, okay. Liz groans while Olivia shows me her phone. The graph is blurred to hell and I can't make out most of the text. I don't know how I feel about all this. What's not to get? Think about it. You're in history class. It sucks. So just remember, wait a second, I'm human, and stop listening. I wish I could do that. According to Lady Hitler there, you can't. It's just a funny group of women like me. Lay off, let me have it. You don't really believe that stuff though, do you? Not really, just the rules of the place, right? Okay. Olivia sticks the phone back in her pocket with a huff. Ugh, was the ride to the arcade always this long? I think we're about 20 minutes away from the arcade still. Don't worry, Inco, water fountains are integrated. Shut up. Damien cackles to himself. Alright, hope this place still sells those hot dogs for just $1. There's no way anyone, anywhere, sells hot dogs for $1 anymore. Yeah, but they did. It was great. Olivia and I would save our lunch money just to go here instead after class. I don't think I'd trust it if it was that cheap, honestly. You ate a dog off the floor once. That's different. Damien fills the air with old tales of his and Olivia's adventures back in the arcade. She'd occasionally chime in to correct him on whatever over-embellishment. Even as the last remnants of suburbia melt away and skyscrapers overtake our view of the outside world, finally I'm in the big city. Here we are. I'm almost disappointed when we pull into the arcade parking lot. Large glass windows covered in sun-bleached promotional leaflets adorn the front of the arcade, and the building itself looks a couple of decades old. This place was probably successful in the past, but I can only imagine they break even nowadays. Though maybe the recent resurgence of retro deco could change that. I can show you more on the return trip. Come on. Guess she must have seen my brief hesitance. Liz unlocks the trunk. I hop out and get Olivia's chair. I attempt to heave the thing out of Liz's trunk. Take considerably more effort than I'd like to admit. Now, how do I unfold this blasted thing? I think there's a release button, right? Bah! As I check to make sure all my fingers are intact, I can see Olivia snickering through the passenger window. Inco-san, you have much to learn. Observe. If I make sure the brakes are held, heaves myself over in one notion. The chair is forced open by momentum alone with a loud crack. Gracefully rolls by me, tongue stuck out in smug victory over my ineptitude. Ready. Sweet. Damien hurries us inside. I can tell he's the most excited to be here out of anybody. Dude, this place is the bomb. What does that say in the back? Volcanic, passionate, burning, wild, naughty but nice, mild, harmless, glammy? Poor fish, try again. Okay then. Dude, this place is the bomb. We used to scrounge for change to come here after school. The place is abuzz with activity. Flashing machines all competing for attention. And gamers excitedly conversing. Leaning a bit closer to Olivia. Pretty dang loud here. You gonna having to speak up more? Of course I am. What'd you take me for? I kid? Sorry. Appreciate the concern. By the skull, she peers her boot from the floor with a loud ugh. That's what I said. Ugh. Damien could have warned me about. Yeah, Damien's taken off towards some nearby car machine. Fistfuls of bills at the ready. I could have told you too. Been here before. So why don't you murmur about the stickiness? Olivia shrugs. His head lowers to bridge of snoot pinching levels. Well, you two did kinda drop this on me at last minute. I still remember this place pretty well. Great, you show Inco around, and I'll go with Damien. Liz meekly... She be dancing! Liz meekly puts her pointer fingers together as she looks at the salmon-frilled teen. Those two-player gun thingies look fun to try out. You mean the light gun games? Yeah, those ones. Can't put my finger on it, but something tells me that Liz was banking on splitting apart from the start. That would give me ample opportunity to have some alone time with Olivia. Just to get to know her more, of course. Liz, I think I broke Ghost One's joystick. She sighs heavily through her nose. Seriously, Damien? Ah, come on. Perfectly even and fair. Sure about this, Liz? Could all just stick together. Long neck Dino looks around the arcade nervously. As much as I want to protest the situation, it might be for the best. Liz wants to stick with Damien, but will make sure he doesn't do more damage. And Olivia knows this place so as well. But she'd know all the best games. We've already been spending time together after school, so why not? Not against the idea, just... Alright, glad you agree. Let's take this as a cue to leave. She quickly pulls Damien away deep into the arcade. Meanwhile, Olivia begins to roll ahead but stops giving me an annoyed look. Come on already. Alright, as soon as I step closer, Olivia resumes her casual stroll down the aisles. My throat! Why are you like this? Olivia's eyes seem distant. She looks over the various game cabinets in the room. Silver iris dancing to and fro, soft hum resonating from her mouth. I follow where her gaze lingers, but she seems to be constantly drifting to something new every other moment, while deep in her own thoughts. As we carry on slowly, the creeping awkwardness of my stomach gnaws away at me. No clue what to do right now. The point of this excursion was to relax. Feels rude to interrupt her. She definitely knows better than me. Say, Olivia. My voice brings her back to the current moment with a start, her hands manoeuvring her chair around to look at me fully. What should we do first? Bionic shrugs or soldiers? Anything. I mean, one of your favourites. My favourites? You used to come here all the time. Sure you got some you prefer. Look as surprised her is quickly hidden by her turning her chair back around. My favourites, then my favourites. She puts her wheelchair with purpose towards a particularly large screen in the corner. Looking at it closer, there's a large... Why did I snort there? There was a large block connected to it, and a dull, multicoloured stick hangs off the sides with wires. God damn it. I look up at the title screen. Ruin robbers. When I look at it more, I see there were splotches of fresh paint, barely covered, poorly done marker graffiti. Olivia's pout is so prominent as she glares at the base of the funny-looking block before the screen. They updated it. She'd be better then, right? Her pout breaks in front of her best friends, her eyes seem to gloss over. Fill her gaze to the metal plate at the base, try better understand. Machine looks pretty well maintained if you ask me. Something wrong with it. He added a foot pedal for cover action. I test the plate, feeling it sink down and noticing the video demo on screen changed to a screen with a bunch of ass with numbers next to each instance. This sucks. Olivia's hand curls into fists as she glares at the machine. Twinge runs through my chest and look back to the frustrated dino girl. One aspect of her favourite pastimes has been changed in a way that almost robs her of it. The thought strikes a painful chord in my heart, though I know I had zero hand in the game update. All the same, to see the clover scale girl look so morose, I turn my eyes away to my feet, sensation leaving as I do, and the flash of brilliant comes over me as I look at my loafers. Got an idea? Cuts me off with a girl. What are we going to say? And the answer is no. You only give up just because you can't play easily? Yes. Liver's response leaves me a bit floored. Her hateful eyes leer venomously at the former favourite game. But I know my idea will work. Okay, you play then. Haven't even paid attention? I'll handle the pedal work. Livy's words are left hanging as she tries to visualise what I'm saying. Her confused gaze wanders between me and the flat rectangle on the floor. The whole time, she looks so goofy, I have to withhold the chuckle in fear of her clawing me. She must have realised, though, as she snatches the light gun from my hand, her cheeks bearing a red hue. Fine, one game. She looks at the light gun in her hand, takes a deep breath. You're do your job right, Inco. Gave Livy a nod. She wheels right next to the arcade machine. Gimme. Reaches out for my hand, goes to take it before I can respond. Takes it for a split second and moves down to grab my wrist instead. Her skills are soft and cool. Hit the pedal when I squeeze, capiche? I nod in affirmation, and Olivia blasts the start button into pieces. Not so tight! Dude, hit the damn pedal! It's like playing with controller lag. Go! Sorry. Holy crap, this is worse than I remember. Hi, it's me. I'm the guy that makes sense. Here, you can see I put the respawning enemies in front of the place you're forced to cross. I came up with this deal while eating a bird. I don't even want to staple my ears to me. Fucking damn it, not again! Oh, this game sucks. Want to play again? She's a bit intense. When Olivia finally reaches her grip on my wrist, I feel blood rushing through the imprint she left. We end up playing 4 or 5 games total. That's probably enough. I'm good to move on. You? Sure? Don't want to keep you here all day. Olivia looks at the machine one last time before sliding the plastic gun back into its slot. Still a bit disappointed they changed it, but thanks. Alright, better games around anyway. Let's go! A stray thought from before I really got to know Olivia. A stray thought from before I really got to know Olivia careens to the forefront of my mind. Sometimes along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. Don't remember really who or when. But I do know it's proof she's got that fire in her. A fire in her. Before she can roll away too far, my hand takes hold of one of her chair grips, jolting the dino from a certain sullen stupor. Hey, got an idea, Hot Wheels? Why don't we try a fighting game you were so good at? The fighting game at... Livy's jaw clicks shut and her hands ring together tightly. Arcade cabinets can't change, right? I mean... My gaze turns up towards the opposite end of the arcade. I can hear loud hollers of competition from there. Come on, Hot Wheels, what do you say? The aim seems to invigorate her. Her glacier irises hardening and her ivory claws touching at her wheels. A needy grin keeps across her features. Tongue polishing at 9 sizes as her predatory eyes latch onto a particular cabinet in the far side. Olivia picks the direction and speeds off. Part of a sea of sweaty dinos leaving a small space of safety in her wake. I need a drink. There's too much reading. After a short while, passing some digital pachinko machines, She looks back at me for a moment as if to confirm my presence and to say, "Don't lose me." And then yanks her wheelchair to launch herself through the building towards a new destination. Woohoo! Ridley give chase, following as best as I can while avoiding the rest of the awestruck players that just witnessed a high-speed dino shoving aside in her wake. As I get closer, the atmosphere seems to grow thicker, the very air becoming dank and heavy, almost as if someone dialed the humidifier up to 11. For a second I have to stop my tracks to catch my breath, try and cool down as my shades begin to fog up. So this is the power of the fighting game crowd. Heard things, but I thought they were jokes. Hello! Through the fog I spot Liz, or rather, Liz's head, sticking above the crowds. Yo, you found us! Get closer, Damien. Liz's head come into view. Olivia stops and checks one last time that I didn't get washed away in the crowd. Then moves past Damien and Liz, come to a screeching halt next to a particular cabinet that's occupied by somebody else. She moves a shiny coin from pocket, placing it firmly in the controls of the current player, who hardly glances at her. As I step closer, I'm able to overhear an exchange between the two dinos. Greaseball Ankylosaur, without even looking away from the cabinet, starts rattling off his credentials to Olivia as if it were a job interview. You know the rest Jurassic this side of Volkel there, right? Double S ranked, 3 online tournament wins. Besides, it's 50 cents, not shut up and nut up already. Olivia's voice caused the Ankylosaur to grimace and finally turn his head. You really want to try me? Look, Tiny Tim, you gotta know that I'm... His jaw clicks shut as his eyes manage to sweep above and then down to Olivia. His eyes squinting as his retinas slowly adjust to the low lighting of something not displaying brightly coloured pixelated characters. Bro, you know you can't be bringing chairs over here. Not after last summer. Olivia grills and raises a fist. And I think the pale-scaled dino finally sees who's challenging him. His maw flaps helpless as he tries to explain himself before just stopping himself completely. Never mind. Sorry. Gator girl sighs and taps a finger on the quarter she placed down. We'll say you can't refuse, right? Head tilts in confusion. You know, you look to be the new champ here, right? Yeah, I am this is the champ's cabinet, right? Damien came over by this point, well close by Liz's head. Champ's cabinet? Not official, but it's still this one here. And here's into the dawn of it. It's like sacred or something. I look over the old machine, the paint in it chipped and positively covered in marker ink, to the point that the only legible thing on it is a very juvenile edit to the game's title. This thing? Yeah, man. You only let the head honchos actually use it. If you're spotted trying with it credentials, you end up headbutted. That's bull, but I'll leave it. That's bull, but I believe it. I look back to Olivia, who's having a withering stare down with the squat guy she challenged. Look, lady, I'm a big deal here. Buster her nuts. Crown champ, all Volkaldera. This particular Jurassic machine's got a history. Happens to be the same machine that Dino the Rex Go managed to parry. Quit stalling and fight. I'm not, I'm just setting the stage. Plus, you think you're the only challenger I got? Look around noticing there was now a group surrounding us. On my title as champion, I'll take all comers now. Harsh whisper goes through the crowd. Finally, I form a line. Okay. Tallest to smallest. No cutting. Heck yeah, we're going to wipe the floor with you, Buster. Wait. What? I don't even play video games. I'm not really a gamer either. Too bad. Consider it blood tax. I protest further, but Olivia's head turns towards me with a pleading look on her face. Sage, think I want to put my hands on that thing? Who knows where? We're in. Inco! Yes! Come on, Liz, it wouldn't be that bad. You're still by the Brachio booth, right? Hold tight, I'll come get you. Damien pushes back through the small gap around us, following Liz's neck to find the rest of her. Her head swivels around and gives chase. We're pleased not to have to play falling on deaf ears. Brachio booth? Arcade's claustrophobic, so brachiosaurs would tend to bump into everything, including each other. There was some lawsuit. Now there's a few platforms placed where people like her can sit and reach everything. There's even some water fountains attached. Doesn't stop things from getting tangled when there's multiple, but it's something. Lore. In the end, Liz must have relented because she shovels up to the rest of the group. Fine, just make this quick. Liz reluctantly steps forward towards the arcade cabinet, a crooked smile forming on the self-proclaimed champion's face. It doesn't take long for Liz to completely lose. Arjan Kellisaur hands move like a blur as they dance across controls, pummeling their digital opponent into the ground. As boastful as he was earlier, he at least proved he was skilled at your ass kick. The screen displaying perfect after only a minute against Liz. Liz crosses her arm, starts heading back to the old seat in the booth, head in tow with a pout. Buster leans back against his clasped hands to make sure that it was no big deal. Next victim, Damien struts to the cabinet and jams his hand in his pocket for change. Is there a whole piggybacking in there? Haven't seen your group before, tourists. Nah, they've not used to come here all the time. Life's been tough, you know. We've got some friends to come along this little trip down memory lane. Lighten the mood a bit. Place hasn't changed much in the years either. Aha! Hoists the quarters high and jams them into the slot. Once more the screen lights up when the character selection music busts in. Buster considers his selection and ultimately chooses the same character. Damien jams on the buttons and what's with the death glare? Damien jams on the buttons and picks his right after, and what's with the death glare? Damien just picked a counter to his character. We'll expect all of us to be beginners. Buster does seem a bit more tense now. Been a while since then, though. Her explanation's cut short, so words take on a scratchy quality to them. You alright? I'm fine. Go refill your canteen pretty quick. Sure, thanks. Reaches behind her and unhooks the severely dented water bottle from her chair. There's something to look into for Christmas. Buster guy said there was water by the brachial booths. Can't imagine water here is very good. Christmas? What? What am I thinking? I haven't gotten anyone a gift like that before. Focus, Inco. You're getting water. Head deeper in the arcade towards the centre, passing through the aisle lit by game screens. You guys done already? Nah, just refilling Olivia's bottle. Guess I'm gonna miss Damien's match. Say, Liz, this sticker here, what is it? Head comes close as she eyes the weird brand in the canteen. It's from some really old show, like back in the 90s old. Why? Just curious. Well, I never really asked Olivia about it. Maybe I should. After all, I think I recall watching a video essay about it once. I could never really get into older stuff, the animation always looks so choppy. Recapping the bottle, I lead Liz's head back to the fighting game section. Surprised that Damien and Buster are still playing. This time, both of their hands slamming furiously on the controls. The crowd is formed around the duo, exchanging low whispers as they watch the old CRT screen. I pick out Olivia, in the front of the crowd, close to the cabinet, so she's able to clearly watch. She's hyper-focused to the point that when I swish the ball in front of her face, she leans over to keep watching. Evil it is then, hold the canteen above her muzzle and carefully tip it over a few drops on her face. Her tongue laps along her lips and swipes the nourishing droplets before glaring at me. Aye, here you go, fresh from the latrine. Har. She takes the bottle and downs most the right way before clearing her throat. Thanks. As Damien's match going, well, he's getting too aggressive. He is. Yeah, Buster picked a rushdown character, so Damien picked a zoner to keep Buster at a distance. Problem is that zoners are notoriously bad when it comes to footsies. And there are even worse with mix-ups. Which means that if Buster is able to get into Damien's hurt box, he's going to get super punished, might even lose the set in a single wait a second, I'm human. So Damien has to keep his distance. What does wait a second, I'm human got to do it? Damien has to keep his distance. Oh crap! Olivia and I watch when Sideline does. Over the next few seconds, Buster pulls off an impressive series of moves that crush Damien's character into the ground. Almost like he was waiting for us to get back. You actually know how to play. Buster jams an accusing finger my way, as though marking me for death. You're next. Damien's expression carries a hint of disappointment as he steps away from the cabinet, but he quickly peps up and reassumes his jovial self. Just me and Olivia left. Nervously step up to the cabinet, a plethora of characters in various fighting poses stare back at me, each with their own promise of victory. Recall an old saying Coach Sully said, "If we don't know what we're doing, then the opposing team certainly can't anticipate our future actions." Tip my joystick over to the large question mark in the middle of the screen is highlighted, and to the astonishment of my spectators and my visibly nervous opponent, the game begins. And my opponent beside me seems exceptionally calm as he manipulates his controls, compared to me trying at every button and stick input to figure what the heck I'm doing. Unlike Damien, who at least looked like he was holding his own against the bloated dinosaur, I was getting the digital crap kicked out of me. Every attempt I made was met by my character being grabbed and thrown in some ridiculously elaborate way. By the time the perfect announcement plays out on the screen, I can feel my wrists cramping for the crazy amount of button mashing I'd done under a minute. At least I lasted a little longer than Liz. Don't feel too bad, I am the best here after all. The snort-filled laughter grates on my ears as I walk back to my friends, all of them staring daggers at the pasty-scaled dino. The rest of the crowd are in uproar along with him. I can feel my ears heat up at the attention. Olivia's eyes are narrowed as she wheels herself into position, her tail lashing roughly against the ground as she waits for the laughter to die down and her turn to finally begin. Buster chuckles to himself while cracking his knuckles. Just finish wiping the floor with your friends while hardly breaking a sweat. You know who you're really dealing with. I'm Buster Nuts, achiever of octaves of the annual Jurassic Wisconsin E tournament. Well, sure, those words. You wouldn't look bad for ducking out. You're ready to get busted. You're fat. Yeah, you can still back out of this. Olivia's response is to insert her coin slowly, without breaking eye contact with Buster, with what I can only describe as a predatory leer, then slams her fist on the start button. Buster instantly moves the cursor towards a different character. Damien next to me lets out a soft gasp. What? What's wrong? Buster's character's like 3 kinds of bullshit is what's wrong. What? Well, for one thing, he's usually gentleman's band in tourneys, and his mouth is moving, all that comes out is alien words. Buster lets out a chuckle and turns to Olivia, giving her a smug grin. Olivia doesn't seem at all fazed by Buster's character choice, clicking her joystick lazily. As soon as Olivia picks her character, the game's announcer blares the name aloud. Wani Long! Damien turns to look at me. The excitement on his face is overbearing. That's Olivia's main. Oh man, it's going to be one hell of a fight if Olivia's breaking her out. So, was this Wani Long a good character? Shortest explanation you'll understand is yes. What's the long one? If you don't know what a show is, it'll take too long to explain here. Bah. While Damien rambles on, I recall Olivia's motivation just to get here. The look she had more than anything piques my curiosity. How good is Olivia with her? Damien's replies only give me a wide, big grin. Oh, you'll see. A loud soundbite from the cabin speaker signals the start of Olivia's match. Given the way Damien spoke of Olivia's skills, like it was derived from an ancient scroll, I expected it to be a flurry of pixelated beatdowns and tactful controller play, but instead it looked like itchy ears. Nothing. Large display with both characters just shifted back and forth, the joysticks in Olivia and Buster's hands clicking about furiously. Honestly, looks more like they're attempting to make their digital avatars tap dance. Ooh. Did I miss something? Don't want to turn my eyes away in case anything happens. You know, like they're trying to get a read on each other. Like they're trying to predict what the other will do so they can counter and steal the match. So they are sizing each other up. There's a heavy crack and a thump on the floor in front of me. Olivia's tail lashed at the base of the cabinet while Buster Thagamizer had managed to crack the concrete floor behind him. On the screen, the characters finally made contact. They sent each other flying in the opposite directions. Behind me, the crowd started cheering. Finally excited, there was some actual action happening. Damien is hollow next to me, cheering Olivia with all his might. Though the excitement dies down as soon as the duo resumes their cyber posturing, my eyes darted between Olivia and Buster. Olivia is completely absorbed in the match. Her eyes are wide and full of killing intent. Buster, on the other hand, seems like he can barely contain his fury. 10 seconds on the clock, Olivia comes in clutch, punching Buster's character with an impressive string of attacks. He managed to get away with a single pixel of health just as time limit runs out. Winner, Wani Long. Crowd goes nuts as Olivia's victory is announced. And you know what? I can't help but cheer along with them. Olivia slumps back in a mobile seat and lets it aside before returning to her original position. Buster lets out a snort, twists and stretches his neck, and cracks his knuckles once again gripping the controls tight. Round 2. Ash and trash. Returns more silent, state observing the match closely, while the low murmurs as they gawk at the two highly skilled players. The words passed around reach me, attempting to draw my eyes away. Weird for him. Surprised he's not doing the... Is he playing with her? Come on, Olivia! Damon shouted above the rest of them, nearly blew my eardrums, but I shared a sentiment as the stylized character exchanged simple blows. Timer continues to tick down, Buster once again being put on the defensive. With how the previous bout went, Buster had always control with a cutthroat level of offense. I didn't think of him being this passive. Countdown once again hit 0. It's time with Olivia's character slouching in defeat. The crowd cheering once again, though less enthusiastically than before. You got this, Olivia, just one more win and you're champ. Olivia's shoulders tense up at what he said, and all eyes stared directly at her. Damien, on our wheels, show them you're the best. She groans a bit and refocuses on the screen. The grip simmers down to silenced anticipation at the start of the final match. Sudden silence actually catches me off guard for a second, long enough for my own doubts to catch up to me. Buster's playstyle, it's like he's not really trying. Match starts, and the hype flares right back up. Stupid of me even think he's a game bro, champion type. He's got way too much to lose, and yet... Damien. Yeah? You don't sound off about how Buster's playing. Knows it too? Guess I'm not just paranoid then. Like, I didn't really watch your match. Was he always so passive? No. But like, these two are crazy good, so maybe it's all mind games. As if he's going to throw the game and let her win. We glance back at the ongoing battle happening on screen, and I take notice of Buster's hand movements. As Olivia launches her character into a furious combo, sure enough, Buster hesitates just enough to let his finger get hit with the first flurry of blows. That's brilliant timing. This is crazy. Huh? Hits me all at once, like a freight train. The way Buster's looking down on Olivia, how he didn't want to take her challenge, all the excuses he was giving. He's a virgin. But also, he's throwing the whole match, isn't he? Damn it. Even here, Olivia's right. Damien, I think he's taking it easier on her. You think so? Damien takes a moment to ponder what I said. Dang. Even here. That's what I was thinking. Should we do something? Interrupt the match? Everyone else is having fun. Crowd whoops again. Well, now it sounds a bit different. Hollow. Mocking. Damien's frill sagged with concern. He turns to me. What we came for is a good time. If she can't tell, what's the harm? Jeez. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. I hate that you're right. I could stand up for her. I mean, just being there for Olivia... just being there for Olivia when Mia was getting on her went pretty alright. That was a while ago. I just don't know. Look over the ground again, this match, I'm halfway done, judging by the remaining health pools. I'm fucking cheering her on, hell yeah. No, Olivia normally doesn't like this from strangers, but I'm no stranger to Olivia. She knows my intentions. We're friends. On screen it looks like the characters about to strike one another with their feet. I cup my hands around my mouth. Go, Olivia! You got us! Damon calls from a scream. Maybe I popped his eardrum, judging by the glare he levels at me. Then he raises 2 fingers to his mouth. Wee! Oh yeah, that was a whistle. You got this! Even Liz tries to join in, shouting down the crowd with her own cheers. No, it'll be cool. You can do it, Hot Wheels! Go, Hot Wheels, go! Olivia flinches and turns her head to look back at us. Curiously, so does her opponent. She sees us cheering. She gets her usual disfavouring furrowed brow. No way, I'm sticking to my guns. Eyes on the screen, he's gonna get you. Beat him without even looking. Stares right through the crowd at me. Still an instant, but it feels longer. And her subtle skull cracks. It completely folds into a smirk back at us. Faces back at the screen with renewed vigour. Buster shakes his head to snap himself out of his own slog. Looks like he was only intended to lose by a little. He's picking up the pace now. Only... time. Match time's out. Bah! Dang, we'll go another round. People need a winner. Actually, I mean for a run to the restroom real fast. Shit, yeah, it's down that way. Liv turns and smiles at me again. It's warm. She goes off to the restroom. Buster waits for it to be out of earshot and scrambles over to Damien and I. Hey, you two. You guys weren't serious, right? Huh? You were saying Hot Wheels. That's not really her, right? The Hot Wheels from a decade ago? Yep, it's her. Why? I feel like a jackass now. You were throwing for her, weren't you? A little. Your buddy, Pinhead, gave me some snob story about her during our match. I felt bad, okay? He wants to be known as an asshole that picks on cripples. Oh, Buster's being hospitable to the young lady. Who the fuck shut the... You Buster, you simping? Piss off. But yeah, don't mean any disrespect or anything. Crap. Didn't know she had a history here. I should have more respect than that. Besides. Well, you do now. I'll play for real. That's what she deserves. That's all we ask. Buster nods and turns with a thumbs up. Drags his knuckle and neck in preparation for his first legitimate match of the day. You're still kinda simping though. Shut the hell up, Dave. Liv returns sliding up to the machine once more. Thanks for waiting. No problem, ready? You know it. Good, because you're going down this time. They give each other one last competitive leer before putting all focus on the screen. Just as before, Buster chooses the OP character and Olivia picks Wani Long. As soon as the game announcer yells fight, Buster immediately goes in for the kill. Total opposite of how he was playing last match. Catches Olivia off guard for a moment, leading her character to eat a massive combo that takes away a good chunk of her health. True to his word, he isn't holding back this time for Olivia's sake, dealing her the same level of beat-down brutality he gave his opponents before her. This seems to only invigorate her, putting her skills and hands into overdrive. Even though Buster is going at full force, Olivia still managed to get Wani Long to land a few punches and kicks, along with evading some attacks. The crowd seems to notice the reappearance of Buster's lethality, causing an uproar of cheering and whips. Damon, of course, follows suit. You got this, Hot Wheels, kick his ass! Can't let him be the only one, right? Show him why you're a champ! Unfortunately, not even Olivia could beat Buster's true fighting skills, and like his previous opponent, KO Bold wins. The crowd is a mix of groans and cheers and excitement at the ill-fated defeat of Olivia. Buster crosses his arm, basking in the self-pride of beating the legendary Hot Wheels. Damn, you really handed my ass to me. Didn't I say I was a big deal around here? Yeah. Well, I gotta admit, you gave me a real challenge. I see why you're known as a champ. Thanks. You're out for a rematch, you know where to find me. With that, Olivia makes her way over to us, a smile beaming across her face. Who's next? We exit the crowd into a more spacious part of the arcade. That was awesome, Liv. You really gave him a run for his money. I know, right? I mean, I'm a bit rusty, but the moment I got my hands on the controls, he gave me a real fight. I was so close to beating him. Despite having been outmatched and losing to Buster, she seems to be having even more fun than ever. I'm feeling all jittery after that fight. It's the gamer rush settling in you. Hey, you're the self-idiot, right? Should get some snacks to celebrate. Well, I was smelling grease. Just assuming it was. He takes his own order and starts marching off in the other direction. Damien, wait for the rest of us. Good. You know, I could go for a little something. Yeah, it's getting pretty late. Come on, the wind this way. Livy starts plowing towards the crowd once more. Oh boy, this again. I'll call it exercise. Snack bar, small cut away from the rest of the building, segregated by a different style tiling and brighter fluorescent lighting. There's not a lot of options here aside from what you'd expect. Pizza, ice cream, chicken strips, pickles, and the like. When Damien asked for 2 slices of pizza, Liz got excited. The moment he got the food, however, he was already eating one while holding the other. She seems annoyed, but took his offer to let him pay for her food. He offered to pay for Olivia and myself, but the last thing I want for him to do is drain his wallet any further knowing their living situation. It's barely over $10, so it's not like it bothers me. Olivia had gotten an order of chicken wings slathered in hot sauce. I just went in with the classic chicken strips and one of the sodas I recognized from the school vending machine. We take a seat at one of the few open tables. I struggle not to think about how often they're cleaned. Damien doesn't bother sitting with us, he just heads right back into the fray with both arms occupied by his dinner. Liz follows after Damien to keep track of him. At least the head does. Olivia barely sets her tray down before crunch. Simply shift them away from the maelstrom of mortars and claws. Damien probably said he'd cover the meal because no Olivia would be like this. Gee, Hot Wheels, would you like some actual meat on that? Didn't even know wing bones could get that big. Olivia responds by snapping a bone in two between her teeth. Matt squirts her a little. She gets a napkin to wipe her cheek. Certainly my own chicken tender meal looks very more unsavoury. I push it aside and closer to the to the toothed tornado. I'll take moans for accept my offering with no manners whatsoever. Don't mention it. So, after finish, any other plans? Olivia ponders my words by rolling a bone around her mouth like it's a lollipop stick. It's just a chicken bone, Inco. An oddly large chicken bone. Dunno. Basically done all I want to do by now. Damien's probably got another 20 minutes before he burns out. I'm Kelly Hang here. I should want to do something. Nah, I don't actually play games that much. I had fun playing with you, though. Liv looks away for some reason. We should do this sort of thing more often. Yeah? Of course. Never this much fun outside of my previous schools. Mainly because I never had many friends to hang out with. That's kinda sad. It is, but it looks like moving here was a change for the better. Plus, it's just fun hanging out with you. Though stem with sauce, Olivia's lips curled into a smile. And Liz and Damien too, of course. Though I have to admit, the way Liz gravitates towards Damien, it's almost as if she had this all set up. What do you mean? Well, Damien and Liz are pretty close, so maybe she's using this as an opportunity for them to get closer. It's almost like we're on a double date or something. She jerked back to me, completely attentive. Did I say something? Really? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Since we hang out together pretty often, people might start thinking we're together. Something whips into my back. Gah! Olivia grabs hold of her tail. Crap, sorry. Yeah. I had fun today. Going out like this for the first time in ages, seeing this place again, it's nice. That Boston guy said they renovated a bit in the last few years. Anything else changed? Olivia looks to the depths of the arcade looking for anything different. You know what? The wallpaper's changed. But other than that, turns back to me with a nostalgic grin. Nah, stayed the same. You know what has changed though? What? The people here. What, like employees? Them too, but I mean the regulars. When we came here, the place was always more... Her tongue probes her cheeks, she considers different words. More hectic? No, more packed? It was so easy to get through here today. I recall her almost running people over across the building. And with the look she had back then, I don't think she'd have noticed if she had. Olivia's gaze lingers back towards the arcade machines. Back then, our machine was crowded. It was a lot louder. There was always this something in the air that had everyone excited. What about when you and that guy were playing Jurassic Kick? Okay, yeah, it was like that, but more. Felt like every machine had a crowd around it. Everyone just getting crazy, and it was always a pain to wait your turn. With a heavy sigh, Olivia turns back towards me. Just feels empty, like everything else nowadays. Empty is good. You're able to get around easy. Near hit and runs notwithstanding. And personally, this place feels crazy to me. Even here in Tiny Food Court, I can hear the rumbling loudness of all the people here resonate through my body. Her only response is a non-committal, Olivia handles her flask carefully, staring down at the sticker I noticed earlier with a wistful look. I remember that Liz mentioned it being from an old TV show she watched. I noticed that sticker when I went to refill it. What's it from? Oh, it's from some old anime I remember watching growing up. It's nothing really special. Some anime, huh? What was it about? You want to know? Some big old ass. Sure, never really caught onto the whole anime stuff, but I'd like to know what it's about. Well, if you really want to know, it's not like any other anime, it's called Gundam, and for the next 5 minutes, Olivia tries to summarize the premise of Gundam in detail. Given that I'm clueless to it as I was with the fighting terminology, the plot sounds completely esoteric. The sticker is a symbol borne by a faction of space noids fighting for their independence. Sounds just like a noble group with a goal like that. Watch her talk so passionately about the serious franchise? Oh, that's a lot. Sorry, I think the only thing is the reason I said tail is because her tail is whipping around and it's distracted me. For how long? That's alternate universe stuff. Oh, and there's this martial arts one. She continues the description of the franchise. That's really how enamored I've become. Not just about hearing the show, but from seeing Olivia talking about her favourite show with such passion and energy. I found myself engrossed in her voice as she recounts a particular version of the anime. Has she even taken to emulating segments from the show? And in the end, he finally admits it. It's one of the best romances Gundam's done, and irk. Her sudden pause worries me. What's wrong? Nothing. Doesn't sound like nothing. Rather, given the roughness of her tone, her throat's ran dry. Need another refill? I'm good. Drinks deeply from the canteen and started this all off. Been a while since she talked herself dry like that. In fact, I can't recall the last time she desperately needed to hydrate like that. Like maybe around the start of the new year? So, am I getting this straight? Maybe there's some that are like more amphibian than others, and that's why she's constantly dry, because she's technically amphibian. Is that? I don't know the type of dinosaur she says. It says she is. I genuinely just thought it was a crocodile, alligator. I want to hug that gator. Yeah, I just thought she was an alligator, but because those are pretty fucking old as far as animals go. But they said there's like a species of dinosaur that she is. So maybe that's also an amphibian. That's why she's constantly running dry. She releases the canteen, lets out a breath of relief out. Better? Olivia nods. Anyway, where'd I leave? Actually, I've probably been babbling on too long about it. Oh no, I don't mind at all. Nah, that's fine. Besides, you let me talk about my favourite show, so tell me about yours. Mine? Well, I haven't finished anything. It's mostly video essays about old shows. I'm told I can call myself a fan of video games without having played them, but does that apply to TV? Olivia sure has taste. She can tell me exactly what kind of show she likes and why she likes it. I just know bits of trivia. No, that can't be right. I've seen lots of things in passing. Like, well shoot. I have no swag. I guess I spent more time watching in-depth video essays about shows than actually watching the shows. Man, that's embarrassing. No, it's not. People like breakdown stuff like that. That's... Sometimes it goes a bit over my head, but I can see the appeal in it. Oh, thank God. Okay, maybe a little. Never too late to get into it. See what you do or don't like. Next time you're over at my place, we can binge watch a whole anime series. Case in point, talking about like just trying stuff and getting into it right. I originally, when I was younger, did not like horror. But I did watch quite a lot of things that were considered horror, but that wasn't in my brain, my young brain. I probably shouldn't have been watching some of the things I was watching. Those weren't horror. Those were exciting, that were a bit scary. But as soon as you put the word horror in front of it, I would freeze up. The context that it was horror immediately made me feel scared. And I know that's really, really silly, because my absolute biggest childhood trauma movie is technically a comedy. It's a series of movies called Critters, specifically Critters 1 and 2. Those scared the ever-loving shit out of me. Even to this day, I am 36, 37. I still don't think I could watch those movies. I think they would thoroughly heave my jeebs. But I digress now. I love being immersed in horror. I like looking at different horror tropes, different types of horror media. You know, I love it, and I even love like breaking down, like one of my favourite Nick Cage movies, Mandy, is a really fucking cool example of what you can do with a really gnarly setting. Right? I think it's technically considered a thriller, but what's going on in that is horrifying. And it's almost like a reverse horror. In a sense, it starts off as a regular horror, and then by the end of it, the thing that was frightening becomes a sort of victim of the new frightening force. So, in essence, it's like, yeah, it sort of like goes full circle in itself, but in reverse. I don't know. I'm bad at explaining things. Shut up, Brian, play the game. Next time you're over at my place, you can binge watch a whole anime series. I like the sound of that. If it gets too intense, you can all watch Power Rangers with Vinny. Hey. Relax. Toku shows like that aren't just for kids to like. Toku shows like that aren't just for kids to like. It's funny though, I remember my dad letting me watch it as a kid, and Vinny got into it because I showed him. If you don't mind me asking, you mentioned that your dad's in and out of town because of his job. What is it? He's on contract with the DoD. Really? Been working with the Air Force since I was a baby. Normally, he isn't called that often, but when he does, it's lengthy. Weeks, even months. That must suck. It isn't all too bad. We still call each other and send messages. The work just keeps him busy. Well, that's good. Keeping in touch with your folks is important. Why do I feel sad now? Well, your parents, what's their job? Mine are joint partners and architect. That's why we move around a lot, and the main reason why I'm here in Vol Caldera to begin with. Now it all makes sense. What does? You know, she points at my shades and my jacket. Having on a jacket and shades doesn't automatically make me rich, Olivia. Dude, who else wears clothes from Abercrombie and Flint and has extra pairs of Ray A-Bands sunglasses on them? People in mansions, that's who. I don't live in a mansion! For your information, it's a 2-story complex with an automatic gate and... Oh... I see what you mean. Now you get it, moneybags. Suddenly Liz starts waving her hands around excitedly. What's the... Inco, Olivia! Damon comes rushing in, both arms filled with a pile of tickets. Whoa, mama, that's a lot of tickets. The other end still trailing behind him. Damon got the jackpot and Miguel a millionaire. Probably like 1,000 tickets. Gonna go see what's at the prize counter. You can get 2 sweets. Holy crap. Alright, yeah, you done eating? Takes a basket of chicken strips and pushes it back from the table. Yeah. Roll my eyes and follow behind Damien to the prize counter. I wonder if that's, like, based on somewhere that the game developers have been. Because that does just look like a place I've been. He plops a winning stash onto the counter in front of the unamused clerk. What'll this get me? Nothing. Need to drop those and ticket counter first. Damn, nearly forgot. Rushes off to get them counted. I'll look over the options. There's a few old games up on the shelf for several thousand. What's exchange rate supposed to be? Aluminum and glass is a bunch of candy and small plastic novelties. There's also a lot of joke items, whoopee cushions, air horns, things like that. In one corner is a series of licensed and generic plush toys hanging. What do you think you'll get? Probably the mini RC car? I know, maybe the plasma globe. He's going to get a handful of candy and let us have the rest. You think so? Alright, back. Hands the ticket over. I spot the number 1247 printed on the ticket. Dang, that's enough for me to get one of the plushies on the wall. Let's see. How about that? Points at a small foosball table in top shelf. Clerk glances up at the back. That's going to be like another few thousand. Ah, damn it. Well, I'm out of ideas. Have some of those then. Clerk gets a small bag of chocolates from the display. You guys can have the rest. I see that smug grin, Olivia. I don't really need anything here. Nothing's really speaking to me either. I may want something. Olivia scans the corner. Still enough tickets for a medium prize. She might be going for a paddleball or something. Bah! Oh, look at that. Points the plushie in the corner. The blue slug? No, next to it. It's a weird dark green thing hanging in the corner. That is adorable. I have something similar to that if the top was darker. It's only one of its kind. I kind of want to drop kick it. Hold on, just look at it and go for a second. Just bam! Bam! I am enraged. I am all of the enragement. Angry. I kind of want to drop kick it. That one. Angry. I don't know, something about it makes me want to, I don't know. Tie to a firework and set it off in a deep fryer? What the fuck? Why do people hate that so much? It's cute. I was just thinking the same thing. You guys are rude. I'm not saying you're wrong though. Looks like... He looks like... He looks like he's the reason we have taxes. I hate his face. He thinks he's better than all of us. I've gotten used to it. It's been around for years. Tell it I hate it. You don't really want to rate Olivia? It's just like me. Rise bright and wide. She's in love. Oh. It is adorable. I love it too. Clerk hands her the stuffed toy. She looks deep into his beady eyes. Yep, just like me. I'm gonna set that on fire or something. Don't you fucking dare. Not if you like having both arms. We have to for a reason. Argument continues for several minutes. Guys, it's getting late. I think it's time to head out. Ah, shit, he's right. Even though the weekend starts tomorrow, still got a curfew that my folks are strict about. Agreed. No. I guess you're right. Out. On the way out, Damon stops and breathes in deeply. You know, this was a lot of fun. Coming here together for the first time in a while. Where are you going, Olivia? Thanks for taking us, Liz. I love that little toy. It's so cute. Oh, it's no problem. Thanks to you guys too. Yeah, man, it was fun. We should do this again sometime. Is it just like you remember it? Even better. I know I was a bit meh on the idea at first, but I'll admit, it was worth it. Back in the car, the argument picks up again. That's so adorable. Ah, look at it. He's such a little guy. I'm just saying, you should try hiding pencils in its ears until they come out the other side of its head. If anyone hurts him, I'll kill you. She stares with razor intent back at Damien. Okay, let's not get into fratricide over a plush animal. Olivia hugs the wretched thing tighter. So Inco, you want me to drop it off at your place? Oh, dang, yes please. Hadn't thought of that. Quickly send Liz the address to my house, which she puts on Google Maps. Buckled in, we head to the parking lot, onto the main road. Entering the freeway, we pass by the city, now illuminated. The early fall sunset bathes the car's interior in warm orange as we make our way home to find myself recalling all the spots Olivia had highlighted. Want to ask her again, just so I know for sure, but seeing her rest peacefully gave me pause. Well, I can ask her another time. Better let sleeping gators lie. Wait, lay? Let her rest. Let her rest. She had fun. Now she's tired. That's all that matters. I know Olivia mentioned the place was updated. I lying to myself if I didn't say it looked a bit too grimy. Just hope I don't get sick. Yep, I got sick. Now I've been completely out the whole weekend, sick like a dog. Must have got it in the arcade. At first it was just a slight headache and a stuffy nose. By Sunday it felt like my bones were made of paper mache. Couldn't even go to school today, man, this sucks. Shouldn't have ignored the signs. Rapid weather changes and helping it all either, between the pollen and the chills. Worst part is, I'm falling out of practice. I've tried on and off every hour to watch a drawing tutorial, but within minutes, my consciousness is overtaken by a fog and I retreat back to bed. At this rate, I never actually had the skill people thought I had in the beginning of that contest. Between the sunlight obscuring clouds and my own bouts of unconsciousness, it feels like I've been sick for weeks instead of just days. Would have asked my parents for some help, but they still had work. And the most help they could be was simply calling school to let them know I was sick. Schlurp. Finish off a cup of medicine I made and go back to my noodles. The reason I'm even conscious right now is because I figured some soup would help with the splitting headaches. I've made sure the pantry's stocked full of cup ramen. Shovel more instant noodles into my mouth as I lay splayed on the couch trying to watch whatever's on the TV. Eventually I decide to set the salty goodness aside in favour of scrolling through notifications on my cell phone. Of course I got a few dozen from Damien. Bless his heart, he's been giving me the hour play-by-play of the school day. Got a few messages from Liz too. She's also filling in the school day, albeit not nearly as often as Damien. Even Olivia messaged me. I feel oddly soothed as I read her well wishes. Suddenly get another notification, this time it's from Ben. It's a PDF of my homework followed soon with a simple get well soon animated emoji. Aren't I popular? Be sure to thank them in person when I'm better. Another wave of fuzziness washes over me as I pop a few flu meds and chase it down with another cup of lukewarm chicken broth. 3 days of being sick as a dog, and it's only occurring to me that I haven't seen any sign of... I thought I already got my grocery delivery, or was it yesterday? Whatever, I pushed myself up in the couch, turned sick bed, uncaring for all the styrofoam cup noodles and plastic wrappers that fall to the carpet. Wow, I really let things get out of hand. My head spins and make the arduous 20-foot journey. Check the peephole and nothing's there. Maybe it's a small child. Triace Scout cookies would sound awesome right now. One hand works to undo the locks, and while I'm focused on finding my wallet with the other, damn poofy sleeves weren't so warm. Sup, dead yet? Olivia! What are you doing here? Sorry for cheerful green. Olivia shifts to the side of her seat, and her knees her together. Mr. Iadakin wanted to give me project worksheets for his class. She pulls her backpack up from behind her chair and reaches in, drawing out a manila envelope and waving it in my face. My dizziness intensifies, my eyes attempt to track the rapidly moving object in front of them. Oh, the one about the broke, thanks. Pretty sure Ben had just sent me these PDF. She snorts and lets the packet go. My hand is fumbling to catch it before it hits the floor. Without batting an eye, Olivia pushes past me, as if wandering into someone's house is an everyday occurrence for her. Come on, the project doesn't go to finish itself, huh? She's already wheeled herself to my couch and set a backpack in the coffee table. Figured you could use some help on it, or... And balks at the amount of junk in left. I think her nose crinkles. It's hard to tell from so far away. Damn, Inco, you live like this? My head finally catches up with what transpired. Olivia's here now. Cool. What is the sudden onset of vertigo? Guess I was standing upright for too long. Only managed to stay up just enough to thanks the support of the wall. What? Just how sick are you? Pretty sick. The zest in her face was wiped away when she looks at me. I wonder why. My floor's coming at me. Ow. After my impromptu tumble, Olivia had done her best to pull me up and get me to the couch. My robe did make it easy to drag me across the smooth floor of my house. Okay, forget the project. What project? Attaboy. Can't tell if business is new or not. Olivia's already started picking up trash mountain, moving what she can into a grocery bag. Watching her with my vision going fuzzily only intensifies the vertigo. Guess I should take more of my medicine. Grab a can of soda and a half-empty case on the table, along with a bottle of cough syrup. I put in the can and bottle into a glass I've been using all weekend, watching the delicious mixture slowly become my panacea. Giving the glass a good swirl to ensure the best final product, I grin and gulp down my alchemical masterpiece. Don't get to finish the drink, however, as the olive green tail slams my midsection, makes me spit the drink up all over myself. What the fuck are you doing? No wonder you've been sick as shit. What? Red and Lena makes medicine go down easier. Inco, you're drugging yourself with fucking purple drink. Yeah, it's purple and I drink it. Holy crap, how are you alive? The smell of my spat-up drink irritates my nose and I feel the stomach roil from both impact and the forced purging. I resist the urge to retch, feeling all my energy drain away. Blech. Feel completely spent again. My vision swarms and world turns counterclockwise. Feel something on my head. I'm thankful that something soft and warm, soothingly smooth maneuvers it back onto the couch. Blackness of my shut eyelids returns. The uprightness of the world and the numbness I had grown used to overtakes my limbs. Oh my god, Inco? Inco, are you okay? Oh man, stay there, I'll figure. Livy's voice is drowned out by a growing drone of white noise. Once again, the killer from the outside whirled, bleed, and fled into my house. And I'm still without my rent money. Someone's in here still. They're bent over something. Hey you, what's going on? Hello? Hang on. Funny Gator girl on wheels. I'll try to help you out. So big hugs. I Wani Hug. What's going on? Who is this? Where's Lucy? Where's my daughter? If man came from monkeys, then why does Coach Sully exist? I want a hug. Don't say anything, you're completely incoherent. Incoherent. That's my name. Or I can say anything, my being fades into the void. Right, this looks like a chapter turning point. I've been going for a while, so I'm going to call this one here. Cheers for watching, folks. After the seriousness of last time, the fun and silliness of this one was much appreciated. Cheers for watching. Good luck. Take it easy.